Gather round, friends, new and old, and welcome to the Roast and Toast podcast. We are your hosts for the week, Jenny and Philip. I, of course, am Philip.
We're the hosts, and we are the hosts, and this is Philip, and this is Jenny. This is Jenny and Philip.
That's Jenny, and I'm Philip, and I'm not Jenny, but I'm Philip. And
who are we anymore? We are the Roast and Toast, and this is okay.
We are drunk, is who we are.
We are not drunk. We are not drunk.
Well, speak for yourself, Jenny.
No, I'm just ring pop drunk. I got my Berry Blast ring pop, and I am rocking it.
I was going to say, so nobody can see this as it is an audio medium, but you are rocking and licking and enjoying a ring pop while we're recording here today. I must say it is quite distracting. Did you ever mention who got you this ring pop?
I am actually the maid of honor for my friend's upcoming wedding, and she had her bachelorette party. This is Bethany. She's been on the podcast before, friend of the podcast.
Oh, yes, Bethany. Congratulations.
So she had her bachelorette weekend on July 4th weekend. And she actually won a giveaway with a new budding business in Arizona called Safe Rides Arizona. Oh, that's the name of the handle at least, but I think it's called Allegra. They're wonderful, by the way. I'm so sorry, I'm blinking on the name because they are a wonderful company. It's basically an Uber where you hire an Uber for the day.
Yeah.
And she crafted a little care package for each bridesmaid, which included a ring pop, a drink cover to take to bars, and there was also a scavenger hunt and some popcorn in it. It was just a wonderful little mini care package. I thought it was the cutest thing, and I forgot how much I love ring pop. So this is my ring pop from my care package.
And you know what makes sure that it's a good gift is that you actually enjoyed it. Like for me, scavenger hunt, I would have been fine with like the rest, but the scavenger hunt, I would have been less than thrilled about. I'd be like, I just like, thank you for the gift. Like, actually, I would have been just fine with the gift. You though, like that was a great gift for you. Like you seem to really enjoy it. So good on you, Bethany.
And we by the skin of our teeth, we beat that scavenger hunt, and we were gifted with pajamas, very soft pajamas.
Aww,
thank you, Bethany.
Very soft for them. Thank you, Bethany. This past week, I visited a local water park, which I would say, but quite honestly, they don't sponsor us yet, so
I wish
they will one day. So, anyways, visited them, and my girlfriend was so cute. She was like, "Look at how cheap these tickets are." I'm like, yeah. So we got the tickets, and we get there, and from the moment, everything that's not the ticket price is up the wazoo.
Oh,
it's
really?
Parking. They hit you with the all day drink pass. They hit you with the food pass that does have limitations for all day. There's river raft tubes that you rent once you get there because you can't bring in your own. And
wow.
And then, of course, you got all this stuff. But I will say, that all being set aside, if you're made out of money, that being said, it actually is a lot of fun. It was wonderful, and could not have picked a more perfect day to do it. It was excruciatingly hot. You're sweating before you go in, and then the moment you enter, outside of a kid puking in the wave pool every now and then, and the odd dookie falling down here and there, it was a delightful experience.
I would hope not. Not the second part.
not the second part. No, it was a wonderful experience. Was not overheated at all the entire day, because anytime you just start to get a little overheated, you just go into the water and then pop back out and go wait in the line. And then you have to go up to the top to wait for a ride, and you're getting the wind because it's up high, and yada, yada, yada. Wonderful day. Beautiful day. A lot of fun. Went with the sisters and my girlfriend, and it was just a wonderful day. Wonderful day. Could not recommend it enough for the place that has not sponsored us yet, and we'll recommend in name later on. We are back to a Would You episode, which means that, Jenny, I've got a few Would You questions, scenarios, etc. for you, in which I will put you through the ringer, and you will put me through excruciating torture of having to decide one or the other in a bunch of unwinnable or nothing but win situations. So, Jenny, I'll start out with you first. Would you rather be known for your bad habit of sniffing people's armpits whenever you greet them, or be known for scooping after your dog with your bare hands instead of using a pooper scooper or bag?
Just from my brain, you said without picking up dog poop without
with bare hands. I was about to say bear claws, but given the podcast, that might add to confusion. You're using your natural phalanges to just grab that thing, throw it in the bag, and go off. So you're not known as a person who leaves behind their dog poop, but it could be
No.
worse, I think.
Well, to be honest, I know it would put me in, as one could say, a sticky situation. But I honestly would rather pick up the dog poop with my bare hands.
Than to be known as like, oh, there's Jenny. Oh, there's Jenny. Did everybody put on deodorant? Did everybody? Okay. Hey, Jenny. Yep. Hi, Jenny. Give him
Yes,
the sniff.
Jenny the pit sniffer doesn't have a nice ring to
Pit
it.
sniffer. Oh, that's too good. That's too good.
It's a coincidence because I happen to have some would you rather scenarios to introduce to you, Philip. Would you rather have denim skin or live in a bag of milk?
Okay. There's a bunch of context I would need for this.
Go
So,
on. What questions do you have?
I mean, off the top, is it any type of milk I choose, or is it?
Let's say yes. It could be whatever milk you choose.
I think the feeling, as much as I would miss being out in the rain, in which if my skin was made out of denim, I would never be able to.
Oh
go
my
out in the
gosh, I
rain.
didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that's actually that was where my mind immediately went. As much as I would hate missing the rain, I suppose I could still smell it if needed. As opposed to if I'm living in milk, I never get to stand again. I guess gravity would never be a thing, but also I don't even get to enjoy the milk because after a while, like if I go in there freshly bathed, maybe I'd venture a taste, but like there's no. I mean, it'd be great for my skin, right? I think that people do treatments like that.
I think you can do
think
milk baths, yes.
Yeah, but I mean, most people aren't like, all right, my milk bathy's done, squishy now.
I would hope
just
not.
drinking that. Yeah, I would hope. One would hope not. No. So I'm gonna go with denim as it seems to be realistically the only choice, because an existence in milk could go foul and could spill, and I would then cry and all that stuff.
Oh,
So I'm gonna go
no.
with denim. Jenny, would you rather have your car blocking a fire hydrant near a fatal fire,
Oh.
or have parked in a handicapped zone when a disabled grandparent dies of a heart attack walking to the storefront? There's no wins in
Lord.
this one, Jenny. There is no win. You are the villain in either story, your own as well.
That's a lot to take in.
It is.
Well, sadly, none of the above is not the option available
It's
here.
not. No, there's no C. There's no other option. You have to choose death.
To speak realistically, having my car be in front of a fire hydrant is the most likely thing to happen, because that does happen sometimes. I don't like to park in handicapped parking, period, because I that's legally not allowed. But I guess neither is parking in front of a fire hydrant. But knowing me, I think I'm more likely to accidentally park in front of a fire hydrant without paying attention. I would hope that there's no fires happening in that area, but I think it's just because knowing what my brain is more likely to do, I'm going to pick the first one.
I think I could live with myself more if I did the handicap parking, because at least I got some benefit out of it, whereas the fire hydrant, there's no winning in that. Like
No.
you caused like somebody it could have been prevented, and who knows if it goes to other places. As much as I hate to see Gramps die and keel over and then be like, with his last breath, why did that Prius just park over there in my day and die? I could at least get over that much quicker than seeing the little orphans in their building just say, why? We want water, why? Which is where my brain goes. Jenny, did you have a question to get us out of this very dark and dire circle?
Can we move on quickly? Yeah.
Yeah, please, thank you.
Now, here's some fun imagery for your head, Phil. Would you rather own a dog with human hands or a cat with a human face?
Does the human face, still say meow?
Yes, and it would say it with the human meow.
This is, every road I go down to, fully flesh this out, pardon the pun, is disgusting. Is like I don't like either way that this goes. It's going to make it harder to have ignorance when it comes to an animal, in the form of like people go to take a shower and will absentmindedly do it in front of their animal, a cat included. But if it's a human face in front of you, that's not a romantic partner, that's not a kid of yours, and it's just just a guy named Joe looking at you. I can't say that I enjoy that imagery or thought. But then again, on the other hand, is I know that there are times where the animal, like a dog, will just like climb up on top of you and then just kind of rest there, and then you're like, oh, like as they push the air out from you and they make themselves comfortable. Giving them 4 hands with which that they can have more control and with which to like grab things and like pull things down sounds chaotic. So I think as odd as it would be, I would pick the cat with a human face.
Really?
But it's because that just feels much more like, I feel like it'd be more acceptable actually to bring the pet around to other places. The dog with human hands is, I just don't like it. I really don't.
It honestly would just leave the room. From my perspective, it would just leave the dogs more opportunity to cause mischief and open cupboards. And we don't want that to happen. But what I want, does it mean I prefer having a human face staring at me at 3 a.m.? No.
No. Yeah, no, that is actually terrifying to thought as well. God.
But again, moving on from another dark selection.
I have one last question here, Jenny. I don't know if you brought 3.
I did.
But would you rather know the answer to every test question in high school, or date whomever you wanted in high school, but fail half of your tests?
Oh, know all the answers for sure.
Oh.
I was very late to dating in general when I was younger, so I was way more focused on grades and extracurriculars, just doing my best in school. So I would want the test one 100%. I earned all my test grades.
Oh, the test.
But it would be nice to have a little bit of a, what's the word for it? A strategic one-up, just to really lock in those good grades.
Well, I mean, especially if you knew the answer to every test in high school, I would then try and combat the system and be like, well, I'm in high school, can I just take like the AP course, like just right now? And then see if I can get ahead and then work my way up and do that way.
Right.
But very, admirable of you, Jenny. I can't say that all of my test grades were my own. Spanish, hola. That's all I got for you. But I did complete it. Did pass it, yeah. Jenny, goes to you, your last question here.
Would you rather have the ability to effortlessly run at 100 miles per hour or to fly at 10 miles per hour?
Yeah, I think even at 10 miles per hour, I think that's still pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'd fly because running around at 100 miles per hour, you can still die. You could still, like, somebody could crash into you and everything else. Not to say that you couldn't at flying, but it's one of the things that, like, people have thought about of the future of flying cars, to where if we start flying, birds already are like getting hit by airplanes all the time because they just don't see them. They're not used to them. Mm-hmm. And if we were to all of a sudden take to the flight. So anyways, to be alone in the air with only the birds, I think that'd be awesome. I mean, every once in a while, maybe a hawk might get jealous that I'm up there and be scared of me or something. But outside of that, I think I would definitely pick flying, even if it's at 10 miles per hour. Because realistically, like, I think after a while, I'd be like, well, this is a little boring. I don't need to take this every time. But especially if I'm running, like all of a sudden getting hit by somebody doing something, I don't want the chance to get hit. That's what I don't like.
Understood. I know for me, I just have a general fear of heights. So any sort of flying, I would rather, if it was going to be, actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, flying would be pretty sick. I would probably only use it if I had it to reach high ledges, to reach things.
So like a hovering, like a levitating?
More like a hovering thing. Not so much actual flying to places because...
Well, but if you can fly, though, Jenny, if you could fly, I don't think that anybody, like, I don't think birds, like, have a fear of heights. I can imagine, like, a bear having a fear of heights because you fall, you're dead. But a bird, why would a bird, like, if you can glide... Why would you ever have a fear of heights? I think that it would instantly get rid of your fear of heights just by virtue of you having the ability to fly, no?
I trust it. If it's a package deal, then I'll totally take it. 100%.
Yeah. Got to think of the positives here, Jenny. Okay, way to end on a good note from
Yes.
a very, very murky little weird, would you?
This word which you went to dark places. Let's get out of this swamp and let's move on, shall we? This week's mini segment for this episode is Fun Factoid. I have created, Phil, a real fact and a fake fact, and it is up to you to guess which of these facts is the real one and which one is the fake one. Are you ready, Phil?
I'm ready.
Fact number 1. Sharks existed before Saturn's rings did. Fact 2. Guinea pigs are unable to smell the scent of peppermint.
Here's where this mini segment usually goes to, is that which do I believe Jenny could conjure up in her mind? And I think that Saturn to the rings, that makes sense. Where in the hell did you come up with peppermint? Like where, and then connect that to guinea pigs? Like that is too random. It's so random, but it's too random. I'm gonna go with the guinea pig. That has to be fake.
And yes, I have no idea if a guinea pig can smell peppermint or not. Apparently, it's a well-known thing that sharks existed before Saturn's rings did.
Huh. That's crazy. I didn't realize that. Oh, I guess it's the rocks, isn't it? It's not really a ring.
Yeah, so the earliest
Yeah.
evidence of sharks, or ancestors of sharks, they scale back to like 450 million years.
Yeah, like the megalodon and stuff like that.
And then Saturn's rings are estimated to be between 10 and 100 million years old. So technically, sharks are older than Saturn's rings. How about that?
Very nice. As we hear the wolf howl, so too must the episode end. But before we go, we have a few thank yous to get ahead of. Thank you to Cass and Crossland and Jay Corlang for the music you hear on the show, as well as to Ryan Ardell and Josh Hans for a lot of the audio bits you hear throughout the entirety of the show.
Thank you to Rudy Chalk for all of your wonderful graphics that you see in all of our socials.
And thank you to the listener, for listening in. Yes, you, listening right now. Make sure to go visit us on Instagram, on Roast and Toast Pod, and realistically, pretty much anywhere that you can find all of your favorite podcasts, whether that be Spotify, whether that be Apple Music, whether that be YouTube even. We're pretty much across the board, Roast and Toast Pod, Roast and Toast Podcast, wherever you can find all of your favorite podcasts, except for Pandora. Why? Because, quite frankly, and quite candidly, screw you, Pandora.
Oh no, Billy! That bear stole our frisbee! What are we gonna do? Oh, I know, Rebecca. We should send our dog. What's wrong with your dog? Oh, he was born that way. Hands and all.